No retreat, no surrender. There is no doubt about it. I remain in politics, I will partake in politics, and I will pursue the political ambition aggressively.
Without going into matters currently before the courts, do you believe the legal and investigative processes you experience during detention met standards of fairness and due process?
It all depends on the perspectives from which you look at it. But the true position of things is the fact that ordinarily investigative agencies are supposed to have concluded on their investigation to establish reasonable grounds for suspicion before embarking on an arrest. But the question is whether in the peculiar circumstances of my case, that indeed was the case. It is indeed obvious that before I was taken to custody, that there were a lot of perceptions that were created in the minds of the people that I was indeed alleged to have, in one way or the other, be a party to the looting of Abacha loots, that is, relooting the loots. I was equally alleged to have indeed been involved in squandering certain amounts of money associated with stolen clothes, and then perhaps some abuses associated with the office. But unfortunately, it was often the conduct of the arrest that all these things were being extraordinarily investigated. And at the end of the day, nothing of such was indeed has indeed formed part of the charges that were presented against me before the court for which I was arraigned. So it is not out of place for people to conclude that indeed the investigative process was arbitral. The investigative process was carried out in breach of the due process, taking into consideration that it was indeed meant to achieve a purpose.
Your arrest has generated intense debate across Nigeria. From your own perspective, how do you interpret the events that led to your detention?
Well, I'm a politician, and when arrest of this nature at this material time has taken place, it is not out of place to conclude that it has some political undertones. And I think the interpretations of the people is the fact that it cannot be devoid of political colorations.
Has this changed the role you plan to play in KB politics?
No, my political participation in KB politics and national politics indeed is a resolution and a resolve over which there is no retreat, no surrender. There is no doubt about it. I remain in politics, I will partake in politics, and I will pursue the political ambition aggressively for that matter, by God's grace, inshallah.
DCL English, Nigeria to the world.